How are you, Jonathan?
Very good.
Good to meet you.
Yes.
Yeah?
You're tall.
I'm a big freak.
What's going on YouTube? This is As Seen by Dave coming to you from Los Angeles. I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about Jonathan Brandis. Film and TV star from the 90s. I was a kid in the 90s, so I grew up watching a lot of his shows and movies as a kid. At the time, a huge child star who unfortunately was not able to make it into becoming an adult star. So this is the apartment building where Jonathan Brandis unfortunately hanged himself. November 12th, 2003, at the age of 27, joining the 27 Club. He was in apartment 202, which is on the second floor, but this is the apartment building. You can see the drawbridge entrance there. So at the age of 27, Jonathan Brandis, who a lot of people thought he was depressed because of his movie career, his film career kind of taking a dive, but later on his father said he showed signs of bipolar. So that's what he thinks it was. It was a manic depressant, and he suffered from bipolar disorder. His friend said he would talk about quite a bit, killing himself. He went out to dinner with his friends. He came back here to his apartment. He said I believe he said he had to get something out of his car, and then if he wasn't back for a while, so his friends walked outside of his apartment 202. That's when he saw him hanging there in the hallway. Now, Jonathan Brandis was born in Danbury, Connecticut. He started modeling, and he was in various commercials. He was in a cereal commercial. He was cast in One Life to Live, the soap opera, at the age of 6. His father was in real estate, I want to say, and his mom was a teacher, so they decided to move out here to Los Angeles as Jonathan's career started to pick up. And they lived in Reseda, not too far from here, off the 101. And Jonathan was cast. He was a big star in the 90s. I grew up in the 90s, so I watched quite a few of his films. The NeverEnding Story II, and then from there, he went on to the TV miniseries It, where he played Stuttering Bill, with Tim Curry playing the It clown. My gosh, I can't think of the clown's name. Pennywise. Jeez, that took me longer than it should have. And then from there, his career really picked up. He was on the Teeny Bopper, magazines. So one of my favorite movies as a kid was Ladybugs, the soccer movie, where he dressed up as a girl and joined Rodney Dangerfield's all-girl soccer team.
Matthew, I'm coaching a girls' soccer team sponsored by my company, the Ladybugs.
Come on, you? I don't believe it.
It's the truth. That's why I'm wearing this outfit. If I can bring home a winning team, I'll get that promotion. Then your mother and I can get married.
Well, let me think about it, Chester.
Hey, we're doing great already. You called me Chester and not Chesterfield.
I'll have a Coke. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Now, I want to don't get behind an old lady with you,
Was cast on seaQuest, DSV, Steven Spielberg directed TV show, before it was canceled after season 3 or during season 3. So I feel like him and Leonardo DiCaprio were kind of on the same track, but maybe being in seaQuest had held him back a little bit. He wasn't quite advancing in his career. So Leonardo DiCaprio started picking up Basketball Diaries, Romeo and Juliet, and then eventually Titanic, and started taking on the lead acting roles. Unfortunately, Jonathan Brandis, after seaQuest, his career started to decline He wasn't getting called as much. He wasn't getting cast in things. He did. He was dating Tatiana Ali for quite a number of years. She was from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She headed off to Harvard for college. They broke up. He was friends with Soleil Moon Frye on the documentary Kid 90. She describes his death and how close they were. He would leave her long voicemail messages, and she says, looking back, she could hear the despair in his voice. But he had a part in Hearts War, the Bruce Willis, Colin Farrell movie. His part was cut out, unfortunately. That's what a lot of people thought maybe was the downturn of his deep depression. But like I said, his dad, looking back, he's quoted saying that he believes he had bipolar disorder and was a manic depressant, which he believes ultimately contributed to his death. So sad. Jonathan Brandis gone at the age of 27, joining the 27 Club. I loved Jonathan Brandis growing up. Obviously, I'm a guy, so I wasn't buying all the teeny bopper magazines, but I just remember this kid with the blue eyes and blonde hair. Just seemed like a cool guy, you know, kind of like a Zach Morris type, but even a bigger star, in my opinion. But unfortunately, he also auditioned for Anakin Skywalker, that part for episode 2, Star Wars episode 2, and unfortunately that went to Hayden Christensen, who was 4 years younger than he was. Jonathan Brandis gone at the age of 27. Looks like maybe the apartment numbers have changed, but he was in 202, which would be on the second floor. And unfortunately, it looks like they put some kind of film so you can't see inside. On the second floor, right about this area, is where he was found hanging. Hello everyone, thanks so much for watching As Seen by Dave. I hope you learned a little something about Jonathan Brandis. I know a lot of other YouTubers have shown this location and talked about Jonathan Brandis, but being a kid in the 90s, I felt like it was necessary to come see for myself and put a little video together, so I appreciate your watch. Until next time, As Seen by Dave, out.